But you are pretty special.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you put this whole day together. It's been an amazing day.
Well, it turned out pretty good. It was better than last year, and we're hoping next year's even better. And hopefully next year, people from Washington and Idaho will come. You're the only one from Idaho that showed up, but the other ones had good reasons for not being here.
Yeah, well, I had a good reason for being here. We specifically sat here so that we could get the sign for this year, right? Or is that last year?
That's last year's. The other one's outside.
Well, I think I got a picture of it.
Okay.
I did, and I'll put that up here, and I'll put it right in front of your face.
Okay, thank you. Face for radio, what can I say?
Okay, this is Chris Brumbles, and we are out here in occupied territory on the left coast of Oregon, but we're not completely on the left coast because this is a very red county where we're at. And tell everybody why you brought everybody together today.
Well, a friend of mine, Tom McCurgan, and I used to brainstorm. He passed away about a year and a half ago, and one of the things he wanted to do was get Oregon, Idaho, and Washington together to network, fellowship, and brainstorm on how to save our state and our country. We're both very passionate, both Scots-Irish. You know, the Scots-Irish are the people who are born to fight, and they've been fighting for liberty for 1,000 years. We're not going to stop now. We're not going to let these communists take, and believe me, Oregon is pretty much communist now. We're not going to let them win. Well,
with this COVID 1984 stuff happening, and with the riots from the BLM and Antifa, we're all right in the middle of all of that. It seems like the entire country has kind of gone to hell.
Yes. Well, maybe if they would read the Constitution and realize we're supposed to have the rule of law. We're guaranteed it under Article 4, Section 4, Republican form of government under the rule of law. And maybe if they would hold these people accountable, this wouldn't be happening. You know what? The Patriots go out and we could spit on the sidewalk. We'd be in prison right now. These people can do whatever they want. Take over police stations, set them on fire.
Do you think today made a difference, gathering these people together? I
think we'll know in November. Time will tell, huh?
Yeah.
So.
And what is the big message that came away from today? I know what I think it is. I'm curious on what you think it is.
Well, let me think.
Okay, I'll tell you what I think it is.
Okay, you do that.
Not enough people are voting.
That's one of the things, yes. And, you know, and a couple people mentioned that my vote don't count. Well, your vote does count because, for instance, the last election in May, we had 21% or 20-some% turnout to vote. So the majority of the minority are picking the elections. We got to get, when people vote en masse, conservatives win.
Yes,
I believe that firmly.
And the only time that somebody's vote doesn't matter is when they're not voting.
That's right. That's right.
And you are also maybe not the writer of the Second Amendment Sanctuary Ordinance.
No.
But you are a big force behind it.
I do my best. Rob Taylor started this, and the 10th Amendment Center wrote it for us, and our lawyers fixed it so they could defend it in Oregon courts. I'm the northern coordinator. He's the state coordinator. And Tom, who I previously mentioned, was the southern coordinator. But I am now actively going out and trying to get other states. Let me back up just a little bit. We started this in 2014 with the SAPO, Second Amendment Preservation Ordinance, which basically said that any law passed since any gun law passed since 2012 any unconstitutional gun law could not be enforced by your county, and the sheriff got to decide what was unconstitutional or not, which is fine. They already have that power. Of course, the left doesn't seem to think they have that power. They thought we were giving them special privileges. So we decided to make the left happy and take it away from the sheriff and say, okay, with a say-so, Second Amendment Sanctuary Ordinance, every gun law is illegal with the exception of machine guns or felons and a very few court orders. So you actually have to get due process now, which with the red flag laws that are sweeping the country, you don't get due process. They violate what, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 9th, 14th Amendments. It's just sad, but so I'm the only one my county is the only one on the ballot for November so far. Because this media-driven scamdemic it was hard to get out and collect signatures. But we have 5 or 6 more counties that are pursuing it, and 5 or 6 more counties that got denied by the courts or by the clerks. The clerks have way too much power in this state when it comes to initiatives.
I'm going to have to get one of these bottles over here and get a drink.
Okay, go ahead. Are we still recording? But what I would like to do is I called North Carolina, I've called Virginia and talked to Philip Van Cleve. I've talked to people in Idaho now. I would like them to start doing ordinances, because since we started this, it has swept the nation, but they're doing resolutions, and resolution has no
teeth.
Right, it's about as powerful as a New Year's resolution. How many of those stick? But what's great about our initiative? So they cannot enforce any gun laws with manpower, buildings, money, even if money's donated, and it has teeth. You got a $2,000 fine for an officer who violates the law, a $4,000 fine for their corporations they work for, and you can sue them.
Oh, that's a nice part.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that part. It's not very often you can hold an elected official accountable in that way.
No, and that's why most of the counties don't want it, because they want us to get rid of the fines.
Yeah.
So, well, that'd be nice if they wrote all these traffic laws for us, which are, I believe, illegal anyways, but you didn't have any fines. How many people would slow down?
That's true. Now, Rob went into a little bit. We had him out here earlier, and he went into a little bit more detail on that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think between the two of you, I think you've covered a lot of it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. We narrowed it down to, I believe, 2 pages. The first one we did was 7 pages long.
Yeah.
And this has been a long process, because I actually went to my county commissioners first.
Did you?
Very first thing, I went to the county commissioners, and I asked them to put it on the ballot, well, first I went with the SAPO, mm-hmm. and I took a resolution in also. I knew that because we had a pretty left-wing commissioners here, and I knew they weren't going to do the law, but... You
had a left-wing commissioner here?
Well,
we had a very red county, right?
We do, but they say that they're nonpartisan, but come on, 2 of them were Democrats, and you know how that works. So I knew they were going to deny me, so I brought in a resolution. Well, they took the resolution the first time, and they basically trashed it, and basically after they were done, it just said, yeah, we believe in the Second Amendment. It meant nothing.
I know that feeling. I had a county in Idaho that kind of did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, then I went back and we shortened it from it was 6 or 7 pages. We shortened it down to 2 or 3 pages, and then I gave them an ultimatum. I said, either put it on the ballot without changing it, or I'm going to do it. And they said, we're not going to do it. In fact, they were not very nice about it. In fact, it was interesting. They changed. I'll tell you something. So when you go in front of county commissioners, you want to get on the agenda so you're on the record. So I would call, I want to be on the agenda. Oh, we don't have time for you. So my buddy Kevin Starrett at Oregon Firearms Federation and I talked, and we decided to put out an alert and have them send emails. So about the 3rd time we sent emails, they were getting thousands of emails. One of the commissioners called me and said, Chris, this ain't working. So I called Kevin and said, hey, Kevin, he said it ain't working. Oh, well, let's send him another email then. And we damn near crashed. Darn, can I say that? Yeah. I think we crashed their computers, and because the next day he called me and said, "You're on the agenda next week." That's what you got to do with these people. You got to be on offense. That was our slogan today. Stay on offense. No compromise. Period. Why should you compromise your rights? It's no common sense in that. So we finally, when I got in there, we did our thing, and anyways, it took a 1.5 years to get signatures because people were still asleep. But this last time around, we were recalling Kate Brown. We call her Kate Brownstein. We call her. Well, she's got a lot of things, a lot of nicknames.
I bet she does.
Flesh down, Kate Brown, all that. So Well,
I did say something to some friends that now that I'm in Oregon, I'm going to have to take the brown off my shoes when I leave.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say that one either.
Well, when the say-so came around, it took me A month, people woke up because we have a. I don't know if anybody knows what's going on in Salem here in Oregon, but they are totally off the reservation. They have a super majority that was put in there by Bloomberg, and they will tell you, they tell their constituents, I do not have to listen to you. We have a super majority. That actually happened to a friend of mine. In fact, last year they came out, the President Senate Peter Courtney, I was told, I wasn't there, that he came out and said, rural Oregonians, you're through. Sell your house and move to the big city before we take them. So
really?
These people are out of their minds. They're totally communist. They're totally, well, they're insane. Let's face it. But with the say-so, it took a month and a half, which has got to be a record. I've never heard anybody getting signatures that fast.
Really?
People finally woke up, and they were sick of this. And, the same people who were saying, we just want common sense gun legislation are now openly admitting that they want your guns.
Yeah.
They had this bill last year, SB 978.
Every time they say, no, we're not going to do this.
Right.
It does.
They live in the opposite world.
Exactly what the plan is.
Yes, ma'am. But they had this bill last year, SB 978, I believe it was, and it had about 50 gun laws on it. And the first one made all, what did they call them? They wanted to change the name from, well, they were calling them assault weapons. Now they want to call them semi-automatic assault weapons, which there's no such thing as either one. And they were going to ban those, and it pretty much was doggone every gun ever made. And then some of the other laws were lockup bills, which Heller has already called unconstitutional.
Right.
And, I mean, just crazy stuff like if somebody steals a gun from your house, or if you sell a gun to somebody without a trigger lock on it, within 4 years, if the guy commits a crime, you're the one responsible. This is how insane they are.
Yeah.
They don't understand anything.
You do have issues here in Oregon.
Yes, ma'am.
You do need to get it straightened out, and you seem to be on the right track.
Well, we're trying. We're doing the best we can. I mean,
I know sometimes you're very trying, Chris.
The problem is that our side are all volunteers. Their side get paid. And usually with our tax money, I'm pretty sure that it's funneled around. Yeah,
but volunteers, they have the heart that can withstand it.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, I've said it on the Capitol steps. I'll say it on the beach. I'll say it on the mountaintops. I will never obey another gun law. They're all unconstitutional. They're all illegal. I won't do it. It says shall not be infringed. That doesn't mean, well, unless I don't like it.
Well, everyone, this is Chris Brumbles. You're going to find him on Redoubt News. He gets his dander up, and he lets us, print his opinion for him.
I sure appreciate it.
We love it. We love it.
Well, I appreciate it, and there will be more. And
I hope so.
You know what? I'm not afraid. I want to tell everybody out there, truth and courage beats the left. They're a bunch of cowards. They have no substance. They cannot beat you if you stick to your guns and keep them on truth. They call you a white supremacist, a racist. Who cares? Consider the source.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. All right.